Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where we are gonna once again mess up Albion's economy and make a lot of people mad. Now, on today's episode, we are doing an item, or maybe I should call them a batch of items that you can craft without premium, without focus, and the best part, without spec. Now, a lot of people, just by these three indicators, will know what I'm referring to. However, if you haven't guessed it yet, what I'm talking about are royal items. So, what exactly are royal items? Items are items crafted based on an item that already exists plus royal sigils. Okay, and now you're like, what? What does that mean? So, if we open our inventory here, we'll see that we have three different items, which is a guardian helmet, a knight helmet, and a soldier helmet. Now, any of these items combined with two royal sigils will give us one royal helmet. However, if you want to upgrade, for example, something to a royal armor, for example, you have a soldier here, you'll need the double because it uses the double amount of resources. So instead of here for the soldier armor, you use 16 resources, and as for a knight helmet, you use 8. So it's the double, so it's the same value, so the double of the value for royal sigils. So now that we know this, something that's very important and we have to keep in mind is the royal item you'll be crafting is gonna also transfer the quality. So if you're using a base item that's masterpiece, the royal item will also be masterpiece. So what does this mean? It means we can make masterpiece royal items by getting base items that already are masterpiece. So now that we know what royal items are and how you can craft them, let's do a little bit of numbers and let's see how much we make on each one. Now, for each royal sigil, it really depends on the server. As you'll see on US or EU, like the values go from 30 to 40k per royal sigil. As for in NA, it's around 10 to 15k. So it's a big difference. However, the good thing about this difference is that the value also changes. Royal items are more expensive on EU than they are in NA. However, you can still make an empty good margin on each server. So, starting off, each royal sigil costs around 10 to 15k, as I said. And as for the 4-3 masterpiece items, I have found them in both servers around the same value, around 40 to 50k. So this gives a total cost of each one to, if we do the biggest number, so 60k plus 15,000 plus 15,000, that's a total of 90,000. And as you'll see in the end of the video, you'll end up seeing we make a really good margin, almost doubling our money. As for the royal armor, I paid around 120 to 140 per armors. And again, 4 times 15, that's around 60k. So this gives a total of like 200, 210k. So let's jump really fast into the forge, which is where you craft these items because they're played. If you were meant to craft, for example, royal cows or royal robes, you craft it at Mage Tower. And if you were to craft, for example, royal shoes or royal jackets, you would craft them at the Hunter's Lodge. So let's quickly go over there and see how you can make these. So we have arrived at the blacksmith forge where we're gonna craft these. As I told you, and as you will see, you can make these items keep the masterpiece form, so let's just make one of each. So one royal helmet. So as you can see, and one royal armor. We have acquired they, as you see, they got the masterpiece value as well. So let's jump into the market really quick and see how much these go for. We have arrived at the market. So before anything, we went through the black market, and a lot of people end up selling these at the black market, but it does not pay as much as it should. So I definitely do not recommend doing this on black market. You can also do this in any rural city. It doesn't need to be Carlion. I chose Carlion simply because you want to focus on a city where people are doing Hellgates, for example, because this is especially royal jackets and royal armors. They're very commonly used in Hellgates. So always try to use cities that are heavily Hellgate focused, like Brazilian, Carlion, and maybe Fort Sterling. But again, you can do this in every single city, and there is profit as long as you search for it. So let's see how much we made.
I have lots to trade.
So here is gonna sell for 200,000, which is a lot of money, and here this is gonna sell for 368. I already had one for sale, but they sell fairly good. We are officially back in the island. Let's make some numbers because I feel like this is your favorite part. So, as you remember, and as it should be on your left side of the screen, each royal cow is selling for 200,000 silver, and it costed us 90k to make. This means in each royal cow, we're making 110,000 silver. As for the royal armors, it costed us 210,000, and they're selling for 370, give or take. So that means it's 160k profit on each. Now, if you were to min-max the whole scheme, and what do I mean by min-maxing is crafting every single royal item that exists. That means sandals, robes, cows, shoes, jacket, hoods, and then boots, armor, and helmets. So all the different 9 armors, you would probably end up selling, and if you sold on each city, on all the cities, so all the 7 cities, Martlock, Bridgewatch, Limmerst, Fort Sterling, Thetford, Carlion, and Brazilian. Now, let's imagine you sell 5 units per day of each item. So that means you're selling 45 items in each city. Now, if you multiply 45 by 7, which is the 7 cities again, you get 315 units sold every day. Now, if we multiply this by the least of our costs, so the least of our profits, which is 110k for the helmets, this means every day we can make 34.6 million silver. Now, as if we multiplied by the biggest profit, which was 160,000 on the armors, this would mean we get 160. This means we get 50.5 million silver. Now, if we multiply this by 30 days, which is the whole month, you can make 1.5, give or take, billion per month without any premium, any focus, and the best part, any spec. Please drop me a subscribe, like the video, and if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer everything. Now, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and Nindies out.